Good morning, my dear students, and a very warm welcome to all of you in this e-learning program that is organized by Shri Gyan Manshri Vidyapith. Welcome to Science by Harsha ma'am. In our today's session, we are going to see this lesson which is going on. That is chapter number 14, which is natural resources. Try to recall, we have done lots of part in this particular chapter, natural resource. What is the resource? What are the basic spheres? The lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, and the biosphere. After that, we discussed regarding the types of pollution, air pollution, water pollution, proportion of water, which is different at like in different proportion, how it is getting bifurcated. Then water pollution. In detail, we studied about the soil and the soil pollution. In our last lecture, we did about the very important two cycles, that is the water cycle and nitrogen cycle. In our today's session, we are going to move further on the completion of the lesson by doing two particular left out cycles, that is the carbon cycle and the oxygen cycle. Let us first have a look at the carbon cycle. First of all, you already know that carbon dioxide is present in the atmosphere. So, in the atmosphere, the carbon dioxide is present. This carbon dioxide, it is taken up by the plants. Plants use the carbon dioxide to make their own food. So I hope this is clear that carbon dioxide which is present in the atmosphere will be taken up by the organic compounds, that is the plants. Now these plants will get eaten up by animals, when the body of the plant will decompose in the surface of the earth, it will get converted into coal. This much is clear first. Carbon dioxide is present in the atmosphere, taken up by the plants, plants getting eaten up by animals. The body of the plants, whenever it is getting decomposed, it will get converted into coal. Next, the body of the plants and animals both will be responsible for the formation of petroleum. Okay, only plants body, coal. Plants and animals, both body, petroleum. This much is clear. Try to see about this. Plants, they'll get they'll get eaten up by the animals. Whenever the body of the plants after dying and after lakhs of years by the carbonization process, it will get converted into coal. This coal gets, this is where it gets over, and animals and plants, their both of their bodies get transformed into petroleum, and from here animals again here you have inorganic carbonate shells. That is when we were doing regarding the fixation. At that time it was taught how the marine animals are fixing it and converting it. Okay. Next, animals through the respiration, they'll convert it into, they will give back what? Carbon dioxide. What do we inhale? We inhale oxygen. What do we give out? We give out carbon dioxide. Even plants during the night time, they do the reverse process, and this is again how the carbon dioxide is returned into the atmosphere. Whatever carbon dioxide it is there, whenever it will mix up with water, we'll have carbonates. Which will then get converted into limestone. Okay, so let's have a very quick look again back at the carbon cycle. The carbon dioxide which is present in the atmosphere will get taken up by the plants. The organic compounds, that is the carbon containing compounds, that will get eaten up by the animals. When the body of the plants will get decomposed into the coal, plants and animals both body they'll get converted into the petroleum. Then comes the carbonate shells, the outermost layer, which is made up of carbonate. In detail regarding these shells and everything we are going to study in the chapter which is biodiversity. Animals, they will exhale out the carbon dioxide, and over here the carbon dioxide which is present in the atmosphere will get used up in the form of carbonates in the water, and that will then get converted into limestone. So this is about whole of the cycle. Okay, first note down this cycle quickly. Quick, note it down. Be quick. I hope you have noted down. Now let's move further on carbon cycle. The content of today. Here it is regarding the carbon cycle. We are knowing that carbon in the elemental form as diamonds and graphite. You have learned about these two allotropes. Actually, there are 8 allotropes, and amongst them the very famous one is the buckyball. But right now, till class 8, the basic two are this diamonds and graphite. In the combined state, it is generally found in the form of carbon dioxide. As carbonate and hydrogen carbonate salts in the various minerals, it is also formed. These are the places where the carbon is occurring. It is also obtained in the molecules like carbohydrates, fats, nitrogen cycle, everywhere, and even in the vitamins. The carbon is a chief mineral. Carbon cycle, it is the process by which carbon will move into the atmosphere and from the atmosphere into the earth and its organism and back again. That is a biogeochemical cycle from a non-living entity to living entity and a non-living entity, living entity to back to non-living one. And this is about whole of the thing that we did. Okay, so carbon dioxide, again it will get used up by the photosynthesis. Photosynthesis through it will go into the consumers, and the dead and animal, when only the plants will die, will get coal. When only the animals and they all will get decomposed, will get the petroleum. Then through the combustion in every places, the carbon dioxide will return back, and through respiration again we are going to exhale out carbon dioxide. Okay, next is this photosynthesis, the process by which carbon is moving. Carbon is then incorporated into life forms through the basic process of photosynthesis, and you are knowing that since the day I have started the chapter, that is cell, tab se leke aaj tak we have done a lot regarding this photosynthesis and chlorophyll. At the same time, some processes of the nature are removing carbon from the air, and other processes are adding more carbon to the air. So this is how carbon dioxide is used up by the plants. Then comes respiration. It is the next step of the cycle. It occurs everywhere in plants, animals, as well as in the decomposers. Plants and animals, when they are respiring, glucose gets stored into the plants and animals, and its breakdown will release carbon dioxide. Through this process, CO2 is coming back into the atmosphere. Then comes the next part, that is decomposers. As the plants and animals die, you are knowing that they'll get decomposed, and what will we get? We'll get either when the decomposers, they will decompose, the carbon will be released from them into the environment, and if they are getting accumulated inside anywhere on the surface, beneath the surface of the earth, then we will get coal, and inside the water, what we will get? A petroleum. Then comes this combustion. Whenever any fossil fuel is burnt, any of the fossil fuel, outcome will be carbon dioxide. So whenever any fossil fuel is burnt to provide energy, in case of anything, heating, cooking, transportation, industrial process, anything, carbon will rapidly enter into the atmosphere as carbon dioxide gas. Next is this, more proportion of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. What is that termed as? It is termed as greenhouse effect. Greenhouse effect is the warming that results when heat is getting trapped into the atmosphere because of carbon dioxide. Some gases, they will prevent the heat of escape from the earth. An increase in the proportion of such gases will lead to the average temperature to increase worldwide, and that is called as greenhouse effect. Carbon dioxide is one such gas which is going to trap the heat. And what are the effects of greenhouse effect? The ice in the polar regions will melt. Proportion of temperature, average temperature of will increase every year. You are knowing every year we are facing this increase in the temperature. Like you can just ask your grandfathers, okay, what was the average temperature approximately when they were like small? They will say you about like in Bhavnagar it was about like 40-45, but as in how day by day the average temperature during the summer is increasing to 50 plus. Every year there is increase in the highest temperature record. Why? It is just because of the pollution that we are creating that is leading to the formation of carbon dioxide. So this is how we are getting paid for what we have done. So these are the things which are involved in the carbon cycle. This is how the carbon is remaining maintained into the atmosphere. So note down this content quickly. Quickly note it down. Next, photosynthesis. Be quick. Respiration. Be quick. Decomposition. Combustion, next one. Next this. So, I think it's clear. Let's move further on the next particular cycle, which is oxygen cycle. Oxygen. The easiest one, in textbook it is written that it is the most complicated cycle, but as far as learning is concerned, oxygen cycle is the most easiest cycle. We already know that whatever amount of oxygen is present in the air, it is about, oxygen is about 20.94 percentage, that is approximately 21 percentage. This oxygen is getting used up into the form of respiration. By animals, we are using the atmospheric oxygen, and through the process of respiration, what is happening? We are converting. You are using the energy, and this particular respiration, through respiration, what is exhaled out is the carbon dioxide and water. Okay, And what is carbon dioxide and water used in? They are used in the formation of food by the plants. And what is that process called as? It is called as photosynthesis. Through photosynthesis, what is given out into the atmosphere is this, that is oxygen. And what is formed is glucose, which is C6H12O6. This glucose is again used up by the animal and they will use the energy from it. What will they give out again? Carbon dioxide and water. And these are the two things which are used by the plants to make their own food. So this is about the oxygen cycle. The most easy to remember because it's very easy, techniques are very easy. Up you are having 2 blocks, bottom you are having 2 blocks. Which are the upper 2 blocks? That is atmospheric nitrogen and organic molecule. Lower 2 are the CO2 and H2O. What will come over here? Respiration. Over here photosynthesis. And then just join. It is even easy to memorize and to learn it. First note down this, then we'll move further. Be quick in noting. Now coming to oxygen cycle. Oxygen cycle, we are knowing it is very important part of the earth. It is the most common element even in human body, that is our body, and it takes about 65% of mass of the human body. Most of this is in the form of water, H2O, water molecule. Also makes up about 30% of the earth and 20% of the atmosphere. And how it is taking 30% of the earth? Because earth is made up of like 3/4 of it is having water. And what is the formula of water? H2O. So this is how it is written, this statement is written. We are knowing that oxygen is constantly used and created by different processes on the earth, and all this will circulate the proportion of oxygen. This is about whole of the oxygen process. The photosynthesis, carbon dioxide will be taken up, and at the night time it will be reverse process. Carbon dioxide is coming out, again oxygen is getting added. Water is getting received by the plants and animals, H2O, again there is movement of oxygen over here. Whether it is precipitation or the evaporation, by both the process it's one molecule, that is H2O. So this is about all of the oxygen cycle. Coming to the important part, that is the processes that are using oxygen. The respiration. Animals take in simple sugar, that is the glucose, C6H12O6 and oxygen. And what will they release? They will release carbon dioxide, water and energy. Decomposition. Decomposition is the minor part of the carbon or the oxygen cycle. It is whenever any of the compound will get broken up into simple substance, then they'll come back to the surface of the earth. So these are the two ways by which the oxygen is getting used. How is the oxygen getting produced now? Green plants, they will take up the carbon dioxide and water, and what will they form? Oxygen. Next is sunlight. Some oxygen is produced when sunlight will react with water vapor in the atmosphere. So first note down these important key points regarding the oxygen cycle. Then we'll move further on the last particular topic of the chapter. Next, this one, which are the processes that are using oxygen. Next one, the one that will produce oxygen. Note down this process that will produce oxygen. Quickly note it down, then we shall move further. The last content of the chapter is left out. Next important thing, that is the ozone layer. What is the ozone layer now, and what is actually ozone? Ozone layer is present in the stratosphere, and what is actually happening over there? First of all, whatever is the oxygen O2 molecule, through photodissociation, that is with the help of sunlight. Photo means sunlight, dissociation means splitting. Through photodissociation, it will get converted into nascent oxygen. Nascent means alone oxygen. And when this nascent oxygen will combine with oxygen molecule, we get O3, which is ozone. So ozone means O3. It is present in the stratosphere. Where it is present in stratosphere. So this is how the oxygen molecule is formed. That is, O2 will get dissociated into the nascent oxygen. This nascent oxygen will combine with oxygen molecule. What do we get? O3 molecule. So this is about the ozone layer. Elemental oxygen is found in the form of diatomic molecule O2. In the upper places of the earth, molecule is containing 3 atoms of oxygen, and what it is called as O3, ozone. Where it is present, it is the layer in the stratosphere that is containing high concentration of ozone, that is O3. It is found in the lower proportion of the stratosphere, and where it is this is the place where it is about 20 to 30 kilometers above the earth. What is the function of the ozone? Ozone will absorb all the harmful ultraviolet radiations that are getting emitted from the sun, and ultimately it will help the earth to from getting damaged. It will prevent the earth from getting damaged. So it will prevent all the harmful radiations to reach on the surface of the earth, which can damage the life of the life that is present on the surface of the earth. Okay, so first note down this, the formation, give the heading formation of O3. Note down the formation, then further part. Next, this much part. Be quick in noting down. The next part, which is this, the depletion of ozone layer. Day by day, because of the increased use of the various harmful substances, the ozone layer is getting depleted. It is getting depleted by CFC, which is chlorofluorocarbon, and the chlorine molecules. These chlorine molecules and chlorofluorocarbons, they are responsible for the depletion of ozone layer, which is stated over here. Ozone layer depletion, what does it mean? It simply means that O3 is getting reduced. Ozone depletion, how it is caused? It is caused by the various things that are getting manufactured, like insulating foams, solvents, soap, cooling things like air conditioners that are using CFC, chlorofluorocarbon. Depletion of chlorofluorocarbon, depletion of the ozone layer will start when the chlorofluorocarbon will mix up with it. Then what will happen? The ultraviolet radiations that will come from the sun, it will break up this chlorofluorocarbon, and ultimately it will damage the ozone layer. Right now, about Antarctica, ozone hole is getting observed, but because of the reduction in these things these days, the hole is getting seen to be reduced. but yet it is there. Ozone layer is very helpful to us. There are various problems, like people, whenever this kind of rays they will attack on the human beings, they may have to face cancer and all that things. So ultimately, to save the human being, it is necessary to prevent the destruction of this ozone layer. Even the chlorine molecules, whenever the chlorine will, one chlorine molecule can destroy about 1 lakh molecule of ozone. So this is how they are also very much harmful. So these things should be stopped, and it should be seen that ozone layer remains protected, remains safe. Note down these points about the depletion of ozone layer. So that's all for the content of the day. With this, we complete with the chapter 14, that is natural resources, and that's all for today. Thank you so much, my dear students, for listening to me, and have a very good day, all of you. Bye bye.